They're everywhere, pigeons, in particular the wood pigeon, as they're by far the most numerous large wild bird in Britain. The population is estimated at about 2.5 million pairs. Wood pigeons are identifiable by their pinky chest and white patches on their necks. They can be found pretty much anywhere. So with this knowledge under our wing, I'm going to try find out who are wood pigeons and what can they mean to us. To start this off, I'm in search of a more detailed insight into a wood pigeon's life. So I've got an email address off a friend of a wood pigeon who will hopefully be able to help us out. So I'm just going to email them now. Okay, do you reckon that's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so he said, hello, sounds alright to me, midday Sunday's grand. Just let me know where, so we're good to go. Okay. Hello. Could we just have a word?
What? Freya, what? What is it?
Oh, it's going to be a real bird.
Why? Why would you think that?
Well, I guess I just assumed, but like, it's not going to be very exciting.
Well, do you think it's an issue? Is it going to bother you?
It's an awkward one, isn't it? I don't know. I guess it'll be fine, won't it?
Are you sure?
Fine.
You think it's going to be alright?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's not going to be a problem for you?
No, we can do it. It'll be fine.
Okay, going back.
To start off with, maybe you could tell us about your ways of nesting. Alright, well, the nests themselves are pretty simple. Some things, some twigs really, usually build it in a tree in woods, parks, gardens maybe. Building them higher up in the trees or buildings gives us a good vantage point of our surroundings. Nests can be vulnerable for attacks, you see. I know some family out in the country particular struggle with the crows. You see, when you build your nest earlier in the year, there's less leaf coverage, so you've got to be wary. You've got to be quite wary, yeah. And for the young, how does that work with the nesting? Well, they usually fly about 33 days old. They can probably survive at about 20 days from hatching, but we usually stick around for them, yeah. I mean, last year we had a holiday planned, lovely long weekend away, but yeah, we left them about 25 days and they were fine, yeah, absolutely fine. We take it in turns at the incubation station, that's what my bird calls it. She's there with them now, yeah, this year's batch. And what does your diet consist of, like a day-to-day food routine kind of thing? As woodies, we're what you humans would call vegetarian, I guess. Scranning on seeds, grain, crops, whatever one of you leaves out on the table for us, you know. We drink lots as well. There isn't much moisture in the food that we eat, unlike other birds that eat worms and so on, you see. And is that the same for the young, like same diet and everything? No, what we do is we produce our pigeon milk, which is basically us regurgitating the food we gather. We store it in an organ we call a crop, and yeah, it does them pretty well. Oh well, brilliant. I think that's enough for now. Thank you so much for your time. I'm very grateful for it. No bother. If you ever want out else, drop us an email. Yeah, we'll pop round for a nice glass of pigeon milk. We live upon the rooftops so you can just pop up anytime, yeah. Okay, well that's great, that's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye now, bye. Hello?
I can remember the garden in great detail. Like I can walk myself through it now. Like out the back of the house where there was all like that concrete bit, and then there was like a nice big lawn area with about 5 apple trees, or was it 5 apple trees and a pear tree or something? So there was like a row of. I remember planting some lavender because I thought that was quite a sophisticated thing to do at the time. and then and then like I cut out a bit of the lawn. So I don't know whether you remember it, just that lawn, but at the side I cut out a bit so we could plant some flowers next to the hedge.
Yeah, I only remember it with flowers in.
Yeah, so I must have done that before you. No, must have done that before you could remember. And then you went up 2 steps, possibly 3, through an archway which had like roses around it, and up to another lawn, and up, like at the back was a massive hedge,
Yeah.
like a high hedge.
Well, the hedge was one of the main points of the garden, really.
Really?
Well, kind of, because it was like, I don't know, it was like the massive wall at the back of the garden, but you could also like crawl into it and through it and like see all the neighbours' gardens through it.
So that's like a different perspective of being a kid, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah,
Yeah.
because I was
'Cause I
thinking
didn't-
about that.
Yeah.
Because like everything to me, when I think about it, like when I think about it in my head, it was so much bigger, and like loads of parts of it were like little places of magic. But that's just because I was just small, and they've kind of like solidified in my brain like that. So like when I think of it, I just think of it like I would have done then.
That's just beautiful though, isn't it?
But like it's weird. It was so weird going back and seeing it. Well, the trees look so much like the fruit trees were also like amazing, and I used to think they were massive because you could never reach to get the fruit. Like you had to get a ladder and everything. But they look like all like I don't know. It kind of looked like small and like weaker.
Definitely. Because I thought my grandpa was like a giant, but it turns out he was just normal size.
Yeah. Like I just didn't feel like I'd, even like to the bits that I felt like I had such a connection to, I didn't feel like they were like they're only part of me in my memory, they're not like a part of me in real life anymore. I used to look out that on a morning. Like I remember on one like proper cold winter, there was like massive icicles like hanging from the gutter like in front of my window, and it was amazing.
I remember. I feel like I really remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping to see them in Westfields because you know, once they, did I tell you that like, well, they can live up to, what was it, like 12 years or something?
Right.
15 years, I think, maybe.
So did you think you'd see the same ones?
Yeah, so I was thinking, oh my god, what if it's the same ones? And they can, and even they nest about like 10 miles, like within 10 or 20, I think it was 10 miles of where they were born. So like, I mean, that is a bit of distance, but like they could be a similar family around. You say that when you hear wood pigeons, you think of home.
Yeah, kind of total relaxed state when I hear a wood pigeon. It kind of stops me in my tracks.
What, did you used to hear them sat in your garden?
If you were in the front room that Mum and Dad called the lounge, you could hear them because there was like really old trees opposite.
Yeah.
On the opposite the house, and if you were in the front or the side garden, you could hear them too doing that noise. Do you remember the rooks at the front? Because that's what Westfields remind. The birds that I think of when I think of Westfields are the rooks.
Yeah.
Because there was a rookery opposite at the front, wasn't there? But maybe that's the difference between an adult and a child. You were more at the back of the garden.
Yeah, but no, I do remember those because they remind me of like, because they were at the front of the house, so they remind me of going to school or like going into town, because I'd go out and like they'd all be swooping round and like making their nests, and that's when I would hear them, so they remind me of that. But like the wood pigeons remind me of like being at home, like sat in the garden.
Playing.
Yeah, but I do the rooks. Yeah, and even hearing a rook still, like a proper screechy one, like makes me think. Is a rookery? What's a rookery?
A rookery is like, because they come back and they basically build their nests in the same place. So that rookery could be like decades and decades old. It could be as old as those trees have been mature.
Oh wow!
It's like their established village, if you know what I mean.
But it does feel like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why it's called a rookery, because it's like an established.
It is actually their town, really.
Yeah. Do you want me to do another impression?
Yeah.
Do you remember the noise that they make? No, it's as if they're saying something to you. Do 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 do.
It is. It's lovely. Right, I'm gonna go make tea now.
All right then. High five.
Bye.
Bye, darling.
Bye.